नमो वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीर्वुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
The last few weeks, I think we couldn't have class. We'll continue from where we left off.
Prabhuji, I'll summarize a little bit.
Yes.
Or it's late, so
you can
no, but
summarize.
it's
No
late.
problem.
Forget. No.
You can summarize.
It's too late.
No problem.
Okay, the theme of the Anucheda is that Jeev Goswami says holy names of Krishna is completely spiritual. So, according to Padma Puran, considering the statements about the holy name to be Arthavad is considered as offense. Then we discussed 5 types of statements in the Vedas. It was discussed according to Purma Vimansa. Vidhi means a particular rule, mantra, namadeya, giving name, nisheda means prohibition, arthavad is to encourage people to perform certain religious acts and discourage their opposite irreligious acts. Such statements are either eulogistic or critical in nature. For that, we give the example of Taittiriya Upanishad to sacrifice a horse to win the wind god. To win God, if one is desirous of wealth, this glorification of wind god implies that he will quickly reward his worshippers, and this will in turn invite people to worship him. So, if the statements eulogizing the chanting of holy names are considered as arthavad, naturally the question arises for which vidhi or injunction is such arthavad put forth. As arthavad is always supplementary and subordinate to particular injunction or vidhi vakya. So this vidhi vakya could be either used for chanting itself or for some other vidhi vakya. So there is no statement regarding the holy name that its chanting forms a part of a separate vidhi. If on other hand, therefore, if vidhi vakya is chanting itself, then there is no difference between vidhi vakya to chant and eulogy of chanting, as both are direct statements recommending one to chant. So, moreover, any injunction that recommends the performance of an activity and directly states its benefit should be not considered as arthavada. When the direct or primary meaning is applicable, one should not search out for a secondary meaning. Therefore, it is understood that the names of the Lord are transcendental and non-different from him, as confirmed in Padma Puran verse as cited in this Anucheda. Then you yourself mentioned about Vishnu Bhakti Chandrodaya, that when you commit an offense, because of committing offense or considering the glories of bhakti to be an exaggeration or imaginary, So if one does not take bhakti seriously, then this offenses can cause obstacles in a person's life. And even if his karmas are burnt by jnana, but because of showing disrespect to the Lord, he's born as Brahma Raksha. Prabhuji, I think you continue because there's lots to speak. Anyway, you consider, Prabhuji, you say. The time is also up. It's 8:45. Uh, Prabhuji, we cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you very much, Mataji, for summarizing. Very scrutinizingly, you are making notes and then almost summarizing all the points. Very nice. So we'll continue the 47th Anucheda, the 5th part. This Anucheda is divided into 6 or 7 parts. So in this part of the Anucheda, so Jiva Goswami has proved in the previous part that Krishna's name is transcendental and it is non-different from him. So naturally, when we say it's transcendental and non-different from him, so it follows that his body is also spiritual. So because a material body, material object cannot have a transcendental name. So further in the same thing he is continuing. So we'll read that. Tata rupasyapi. So there is there in the screen. Tata rupasya api vailakshanyam स्वप्रकाशता लक्षण स्वरूप शक्त्या एव आविर्भावित्वम् तथा रूपस्य अपि वैलक्षण्यं स्वप्रकाशता लक्षण स्वरूप शक्त्या एव आविर्भावित्वम्. Similarly, tata, the distinctive feature of the Bhagavan's form is that it is manifest only through his internal potency. Swarupa Shaktya eva avirbhavitvam. So, Rupasya api Vailakshanyam. Vailakshanyam, the distinctive or the special feature of the Bhagavan's form is that Swaprakashata Lakshana, is that it is manifest only through his internal potency. Swarupa Shaktya eva avirbhavitvam. And this Swarupa Shakti is Swaprakashata. Or in the Bhagavan's form is Swaprakashata. It is self-luminous in nature. So, Tacha Purva Darshitam. It is also demonstrated previously. Purva Darshitam. Now he quotes another shloka. Atayeva Dvitiye, from the second canto, 9th chapter, 4th shloka. Atmatattva Vishuddhyartham Yadaha Bhagavan Ritam Brahmane Darshayan Rupam Avyalika Vratadritaha. What is the meaning of the shloka? Adritaha, being satisfied by Avyalika Vrata, by the sincere penance of Brahma. Aha, Bhagavan spoke. Bhagavan Aha. What did he speak? Ritam, he spoke the truth he spoke the truth in order to Atma Tattva Vishuddhyartham, in order to Vishuddhyartham, purify his understanding of the nature of the self. In order to purify his understanding means Brahma's understanding of the nature of the Atma, of the nature of the self. So here Atma can refer to the Bhagavan. Atma can refer to the Jivatma also. In order to purify his understanding of the nature of the self, Darshayan, while he revealed his own form, while showing his own form, Bhagavan spoke the truth in order to purify Brahma's understanding of the nature of the self. Ityatra Tikacha, the commentary to the shloka. Yacha Vuktam Ashtamadhyaye Parameshwarasya api Deha Sambandha Visheshat Katam Tad Bhaktya Mokshaka Syatiti. So in the 8th chapter, that means the second canto, 8th chapter, there was a question asked. What was the question? Parameshwarasya api Deha Sambandha Visheshat. That the relation between the Supreme Lord and his body. That also seems to be no different than the relationship between the ordinary living being and his body. So because of that, although it appears that Bhagavan, the relation between Bhagavan and his body is similar to the relationship between the Jivatma and his material body. So then in that case, Katam tad bhaktya mokshakasya, then how by bhakti to that Bhagavan one can obtain moksha? This is the question, especially raised in second canto 8.8, 2.8.8. Asid yad udarat padmam ityadina. So in response to this question, this answer is given. Tatra aha atma tattva vishuddhyartam iti. So therefore, this above shloka is put forth in answer to that question. Atma tattva vishuddhyartam, to purify his understanding of the nature of the self, nature of the Atma. And what is that? What is that knowledge? What is that knowledge is for? Kim tat? Yat tat yat yat tapadina svabhajanam Bhagavan Brahmana aha. So Bhagavan spoke about the tapadina svabhajanam Brahmana aha. So the Lord spoke to Brahma, namely the knowledge regarding Swabhajanam, his own devotional service, including such elements as tapasya. Kim Kurvan, what was the Lord doing while giving that speech? Ritam Satyam Chit Ghanam Rupam Darshayan. While giving that speech, the Bhagavan was Chit Ganam. He was actually showing Darshayan, he was showing the his form, which is of the nature of condensed awareness. Chit Ghanam. Ghanam means condensed. Chit means, while giving that speech, Bhagavan was showing his form, which is made of condensed jnana. Condensed jnana. And that form, revealing his own true form, that is the nature of highly condensed awareness, Chit Ghana. Darshane Hetu. What was the reason that the Lord showed his form? Avyalikena Vratena Tapasadritaha Sevitaha San. Avyalikena Vratena. Because Brahma had performed very sincere penance, very sincere devotional service. The Lord became satisfied by that. Therefore, he showed his form. The word Avyalika comes many places in the Bhagavatam. Avyalika means by the sincere, that means non-duplicitous, without any cheating propensity. So Shukadeva Goswami in the second chapter in one prayer he says that Sayesha Atma Atmavatamadiishwaras Trayimayo Dharmamayastapomaya Gatavyalikai Rajashankaradibir प्रसीदतां मे भगवान् सतां पतिः स एष आत्मात्मवतामधीश्वरस् स एष आत्मा आत्मवताम् अधीश्वरस् आत्मवताम् of all the self-realized souls, he is the topmost, or he is the master of all the self-realized souls. Adishwara, Trayimayas, Dharmamayas, Tapomaya. He is the personification of the Vedas. He is the personification of Dharma. He is the personification of penance. Gatavyalikair Ajashankaradivi. He is worshipped by Brahma, Shiva, and others by their Gatavyalikair, by their sincere devotional service. Or who are above he is worshipped by Brahma and Shiva, who are above all the cheating propensities. So he is worshipped by the non-duplicitous bhakti of Brahma, Shiva and others. Prasidatam me Bhagavan Satam Patigi. May that Bhagavan be satisfied with me. So Shukdev Goswami offers this beautiful prayer. Gatavyali Kair. This verse comes there oftentimes, even when Swayambhuva Manu, Lord Brahma expressed his pleasure towards Swayambhuva Manu. Because Swayambhuva Manu performed very sincerely carried out the Brahma's instruction. There also the word Nirvyalika or Gatavyalika or Avyalika, these three words, one of these three words are used. Nirvyalika or Gatavyalika or Avyalika. Even when Brahma expressed his pleasure to Kardama Muni, there also he actually uses the same word. You have carried out my order without any pretension, without any ulterior motive, very sincerely. The Lord was pleased by the Avyalikena Vratena, by the sincere devotional service of Brahma, therefore he showed his form. So I am Bhavaha, Jivasya Avidyaya Mityabhuta Deha Sambandha. So the meaning of the shloka further. For the Jivatma, because of his avidya, he identifies himself with the body. Mithya Bhuta Deha Sambandha. So the relationship between Jivatma and his body is actually unreal, Mithya, because of the ignorance. But Ishwarasya tu Yogamayaya Chit Gana Vigraha Avirbhava iti Mahan Vishesha. But in the case of the Ishwara, Mahan Visheshaka, there is a great difference from the Jivatma. Because in the case of the Ishwara's form is actually made of, is through his spiritual energy, Yoga Maya. And Chitgana Vigraha, it is completely made of condensed Chit. Chit means awareness. It is made of condensed awareness. So the Bhagavan's form, he manifests his form, is manifest by his internal potency, and the difference is immense. The difference is immense. And therefore, ataha tad bhajane mokshopapatiriti ityesha. Therefore, by worshipping this form of Bhagavan, mokshopapati, one can attain moksha. That Bhagavan's form is very different from the living entity's body. And then now Jiva Goswami quotes another shloka from the 10th canto. Atayeva Sattvam Trilokasthitaye Ityabi Padyadvaye Srimad Anaka Dundibina Api Samahitam. In two shlokas, the prayers offered by Anaka Dundubi. Who is Anaka Dundubi? I have to find out the reason behind this name. Anaka Dundubi refers to Vasudev, Krishna's father. Ityadi Padyadvaye, the two verses spoken by Anaka Dundubi, that is Vasudev, in that also the same thing is confirmed. So the first shloka he is quoting. Sattvam Trilokas Sattvam trilokasthitaye swamaya bibarshi shuklam khalu varnamatmanah sargaya raktam rajasopabrimhitam krishnam cha varnam tamasa janatyaye. So here we see swamayaya, through your own maya, you assume a pure white color. Shuklam, you assume a pure white color for the sake of Trilokasthitaye, for the sake of maintaining the three words. Raktam, you assume a red color. Sargaya, Rajasopa Brahmhitam, you assume a red color endowed with Rajas for Sargaya, for their creation. And Krishnam Chavarnam, you assume a dark color through the Tamoguna, Tamasa. And for what purpose? Jana Atyaye, for the sake of destruction. Atra ayam arthaha. The meaning is as follows. Sa prapanchasya srishtisthiti pralayakartatvam trilokasthitaye yada tasya sthitimichasi tada swamayaya swa ashritaya maya shaktya kritva atmanah shuklam varnam svena srishtam dharmaparam vipradi jatim bibarshi palayasi. The meaning of the shloka is as follows. Sa prapanchasya srishti sthiti pralaya karta. So you are the creator, maintainer and destructor of the prapancha, of the world. Triloka sthitaye yada tasya sthiti michasi. When he wants to maintain sthiti michasi. So tada swa mayaya swa ashritaya maya shaktya. At that time, through his maya potency, swa ashritaya, which is under his shelter, through his maya potency, atmanah shuklam varnam, by assuming a shuklam varnam, by assuming a white color, srishtam dharma param vipradi jatim bibarshi palayasi. By assuming a white color, he palayasi, he maintains those who are devoted to dharma, brahmanas and others, vipradi jatim. Atra satvamaya eva swamaya jneya nishkrishtatvad upayuktatvacha. What is the meaning? Here the Lord's maya refers to the guna of sattva guna, or here the Lord's maya refers to the guna of sattva or illumination. Since the sattva is the essence of the maya's energy, and is appropriate for the work of maintenance. So here the Lord's maya refers to the guna of sattva or illumination, which is the essence, since it is the essence and appropriate for the work of maintenance. Ata yada sargam ichasi, when you desire to create, tada rajasa, through the rajoguna, rajomaya swamayaya. That means rajomaya swamayaya kritva upabrimhitam raktam kaminam vipradivarnam bibarshi. So when you have a desire to create, at that time you support the brahmanas and other classes who are full of kaminam, who are full of fruitive desires, because of the influence of your maya in the rajoguna. By using your maya in rajoguna, when you desire to create, you actually create the brahmana, you create the different classes who have kaminam, who have many fruitive desires. Yadacha jana atyayam ichasi, when you desire to destroy, tada tamomaya kritva krishnam Malinam paparatam tam bibarshi. So at that time, through the tamoguna portion of your Maya, through the tamoguna portion of your Maya, you nourish or you empower the sinful living entities, the sinful class of people, and through them the destruction is carried out. So this is one meaning of the shloka. Atava means another meaning. Alternatively, yada sthiti michyasi tadatmanah tada atmanah Shri Vishnu Rupasya Shuklam Shuddham Guna Sankara Rahitam Ityartha Shiva Brahmavat Tasya Tat Sangha Abhavat. So alternatively, Yada Sthiti Michasi, when you desire to create, Tada Atmanaha Shri Vishnu Rupasya Shuklam Shuddham. So at that time, through the Vishnu form, which is made of Shuddha Sattva, Guna Sankara Rahitam, which is not contaminated with the Rajoguna Tamoguna. Is not contaminated with the Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Shiva Brahmavat Tasya Tat Sangha Abhava. In the case of Shiva and Brahma, they have association with the three gunas, Rajoguna and Tamoguna, definitely, to some extent. But in the case of Vishnu, he has a Shuklam Shuddham, he has a form made of pure goodness. In that Guna Sankara Rahitam, there is no contamination of the other gunas. Tataiva Siddhantitam Sri Shukadevena. So this is also explained by Shukadeva Goswami in the 10th canto, 88th chapter. Shiva Shakti Yutashashvat Trilingo Guna Samvritaha. So Shukadeva Goswami says that Shiva is always united with his personal energy. Trilingo Guna Samvritaha. He is invested with the three gunas. But whereas Vishnu is Harirhi Nirguna Sakshat, Purusha Prakrite Para. But in the case of Lord Hari, he is Nirguna, he is beyond the three gunas. And he is Nirguna and he is Prakrite Para, he is transcendental to the material nature. So therefore the alternative meaning is that when you desire to maintain, you assume the form of Lord Vishnu, who has a form of Shuddha Sattva, and then through Vishnu you maintain. And when you desire to create or destroy, through Shiva and Brahma, who have forms which are in contact with the three gunas, through them you actually perform creation and destruction. This is the alternative meaning of the same shloka. So then Jiva Goswami quotes another shloka. Atayeva, this is from Brahma Vimohan Leela. Chandrika Vishadasmerai Saruna Panga Vikshitaihi Swakartanam Ivaraja Satvabhyam Srashtrupalakaha. So when Brahma was actually perplexed, he stole the calves and the cowherd boys, and then he wanted to see what Krishna is doing. But Krishna is peacefully playing with his cows and cowherd boys. And then again he went to check his stolen cows and cowherd boys. They were sleeping in the cave. And then again he came back when Krishna was playing with the cows and cowherd boys. At that time, Brahma became completely bewildered. When he became completely bewildered, at that time, Krishna transformed all the forms of the cows and cowherd boys. They transformed into four-handed Vishnu forms. And the description of the four-handed Vishnu form is described here. So, Saruna Panga Vikshitaihi, Apanga Vikshitaihi, by the sideland glances, Saruna cast from the reddish eyes, resembling the Chandrika Vishadasmere, resembling the effulgent moonlight. Those Vishnu forms awakened and fulfilled the desires of their own devotees. Swakartanam Ivaraja. awakened and fulfill the desires of their own devotees, as if with the help of Rajas and Sattva. Rajas Sattvabhyam Srashtrupalakaha. So here, like normally creation is by Rajoguna, maintenance by Sattva-guna. So these Vishnu forms, by the sidelong glances, they awakened the desires of their devotees and they maintained their spiritual desires, as if by Sattva-guna and Rajoguna. So atra Satvikatva Rajasatve Utprekshite eva natu vastutaya nirupite. So here you should not understand that actually Vishnu's glance consists of Sattva Guna and Rajoguna. No, it is simply a Utpreksha Alankara is used. Simply a Utpreksha Alankara is used. What is the Utpreksha Alankara? I'll just mention briefly. Utpreksha Alankara is that Utpreksha is a
Your
figure
voice
of
is
speech,
not clear.
Alankara.
Breaking.
Huh? Voice is breaking?
Voice is breaking, Prabhu. Yeah.
Acha, just now or from the beginning?
No, just now, just now. That Utkrishya, what you are telling about the Vishnu
Okay.
and Shiva and Brahma.
Okay, you can tell me if you're still breaking, then I'll switch off the video. Voice is breaking?
You continue. No, now you continue.
When it is breaking, let me know. I'll switch off the video. So Utpreksha
Okay.
is a figure of speech. There are different alankaras used in the Sanskrit poetry. So figure of speech, a poetical fancy. So what is in the Utpreksha alankara? So there is a upameya and upamana. So there is an analogy in which a particular, say, an object is compared with something else. So the object which is the upameya, and to another object to which it is compared, that is the upamana. So in the Utpreksha Alankara, it consists in supposing the upameya and upamana as similar to each other in some respects, and in indicating expressly or by implication a probability of their identity based on such similarity. So there's a probability of the similarity is mentioned. For example, so whenever the Utpreksha Alankara is used, usually there are 5 words will be used in the shloka. By these 5 words, we can understand there is a Utpreksha Alankara. Manye, that is one word. Shanke, another word. Dhruvam, another word. Prayaha, another word. Noonam, another word. And then 6th word. 6 words are used. 6th word is Iva. When these 6 words are used, there is a possibility of Utpreksha Alankara being used. So Utpreksha Alankara, so when there's a comparison, but the probability of the comparison. Like for example, in this verse, Swakartanam Iva word is used. Swakartanam Iva. Rajas Sattvabhyam Srashtrupalaka. That means the Vishnu forms by their glances awakened and fulfilled the desires of their own devotees as if with the help of Sattvaguna and Rajoguna. As if it appeared as if like by Sattvaguna and Rajoguna, Bhagavan Vishnu created the desires in the hearts of the devotees. So it is not actually Rajoguna, because in the case of Vishnu, his form is completely made of the is Shuddha Sattva. It is beyond the 3 gunas. So, but then the comparison is mentioned as if like Sattva Guna and Rajoguna. So therefore the Utpreksha Alankara is used. Another example of Utpreksha Alankara is that the 3rd canto 15th chapter. Mandara Kundakura Bodh. No. पारावतान्यभृतसा रसचक्रवाक दात्यूह हंस शुकतित्तिरिबर्हिणां य कोलाहलो विरमते चिरमात्रमुच्चैर्भृङ्गादिपे हरिकथाम् इव गायमाने. So in the Vaikuntha, there are so many wonderful birds were there, which are known for their sweet singing. But then there was a bumblebee, which is situated at the garland of Vishnu. And that bumblebee started making a buzzing sound. Hearing that buzzing sound, all these other birds, they stopped their own singing. Why? Because they felt that the buzzing of the bumblebee resembled the glorification of the Lord. It appeared as if that the bumblebee is glorifying the Lord. Bringadipe harikatam iva gayaman. That means it was not actually a glorification that the bumblebee is glorifying, but it appeared, it resembled as if it is a glorification of the Lord. So therefore, they stopped their own singing in order to give pay attention to the bumblebee's sound. So then how much more they would respect they would give if there was an actual glorification of the Lord. Even for the glorification of Bhagavan, which only resembled, even for a speech which resembled the glorification of Bhagavan, they gave so much of respect that they stopped their own singing. Then how much more respect they would give if there was an actual glorification of the Lord. So there the word Eva is used. Here also the word Eva is used. So there is a comparison, but there is a probability. There is a probability. So here the Vishnu's glance is not in Sattva-guna. It is not in Rajoguna. But it appeared as if that, just like by Sattva-guna and Rajoguna, he actually created the desires in the hearts of his devotees. So there's a Utpreksha Alankara is used. And then further, so Varnam, Rupam, Natu Kanti Matram. So the word Varna used in this Vasudev Shloka, this shloka will be being discussed. Which shloka? Sattvam Triloka Stitaye Swamayaya Bibarshi Shuklam Kalu Varnamatmanaha. So the word Varnam in the shloka is actually refers to Rupam, Natu Kanti Matram. Here the Varnam refers to not the color, but here it refers to the form. It refers to the form and not just to color. So Gunamayatva Svikare Api. Tattad Guna Vyanjaka Akarasya Api Apekshyatvat Natu Shvetam Varnamiti Vyakyeyam. So even if we take the verse to mean that the Lord has a Gunamaya form, that is one that has material attributes, even if you take like that, the intention of this shloka is that the intention would be that his form illuminates that particular guna. That is, his form illuminates those particular gunas, that is sattva, rajas and tamas. It is not that his form is made of sattva, rajas and tamas. His form illuminates. Tattad guna vyanjaka akarasya api apekshyatvat natu shvetam varnamiti vyakyeyam. So the intention would be that his form illuminates those particular gunas. So therefore, further, Sri Vishnu Rupasya Palanartham Sri Vishnu Rupasya Palanartham Gunavatarasya Paramatma Sandarbhe Kshirodashayittvena Stapayishyamanasya Tatra Shyamattvena Atiprasiddhehe. So in the in the Paramatma Sandarbha, it is described that the form of Vishnu is of the color of Shyama. It's a blackish color, a dark blue color. So the word Shukla should thus not be taken to mean the color white. So in the Vasudev Shloka, the word Shukla, Rakta and Krishna are used. White, red and black color. But the word Shukla, it can refer to the color white, or it can refer to the maintenance as the meaning. Raktam can refer to the color red, but Raktam can refer to creation. Krishnam can refer to the color black, or Krishnam can also refer to the destruction. So here Jiva Goswami says that in this shloka, instead of taking literally the meaning of the word Shuklam as the white color, we should understand that Shuklam refers to the form which performs maintenance. If it performs maintenance, we should not take it as literally as a color white. So because why? Because if the Shuklam can refer to the white color, Lord Vishnu performs the maintenance. But Vishnu's form is not a white color. Vishnu's form is actually made of Shyama Varna. It is made of actually dark color. So therefore, here the word Shweta should not be taken to have the meaning as white, but it should be taken to refer to maintenance. And then further he says that Jana Atyaya Hetu Rudrasya Shvetata Ati Prasiddhaya Tad Vaiparitya Patat. So the Lord Shiva who performs the act of destruction, his color is white. Shweta Ati Prasiddhya. His color is actually he has a whitish complexion. So in the shloka, if we take the word Krishnam as the color black, through the black colored form he performs destruction. Through the white colored form he performs maintenance. If we take it like that, then it will be contradictory, because the form which performs maintenance, Vishnu's form, he does not have a white colored form. He has a black colored form. And the form which performs the destruction, that is Lord Shiva, he has a white colored form, not the black colored form. Therefore, the word Shuklam and Krishnam and Raktam, it cannot refer to the color here. It refers to the form which performs the creation, maintenance and destruction. If we take the meaning of the word Raktam as red, through the red colored form he performs creation. So creation is performed by Brahma, but Brahma's form is of golden color. Shona Varnatve. Atotra Brahmano na Shona Varnatve Tatparyam. Brahma has a golden colored form, so he doesn't have a red colored form. So therefore, here the word Raktam should not be referring to the color, but through the form which performs creation, he performs creation. In that way, you have to take the meaning. Is it still coming with a disturbance? Voice is getting cut?
No, Prabhu, it's clear.
Okay.
Very clear.
So, Nacha Tattat Gunanam Tattat Varna Niyamaha. Nacha Tattat Gunanam Tattat Varna Niyamaha. So, therefore, before that, once again. Tataiva hi Gobilokta Sandhya Upasanayam. So there is a Gobila Rishi. He has described a Sandhya Upasana. So there also he has described the form of Lord Shiva as white complexion. And therefore it is not the intent of this verse to say that Brahma's complexion is reddish. Because Brahma has a golden complexion. The intention of the verse is not that Vishnu has a whitish complexion. Through the whitish complexion form of Vishnu, he performs creation. Through the reddish complexion form of Brahma, he performs creation. Through the blackish complexion form of Shiva, he performs destruction. That is not the intention of the shloka, that the form which performs creation, maintenance, and destruction, they have white, red, and black color. That is not the intention of the shloka. Because Vishnu has a blackish complexion, Shiva has a white complexion, and Brahma has a golden complexion. Therefore, the intention of the shloka is not that the complexion of these personalities, Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma, is that these colors. So, and then further he says, Nacha tattad gunanam tattad varna niyama. So, there is no correlation of the three gunas of nature to the three colors mentioned in the verse. There is no correlation between sattva guna and white. There is no correlation between rajoguna and red, and tamoguna and black. So, paramatamasana bakadinam shuklatva darshana. So, baka is a crane. Crane, what does the crane eat? Crane eats what? Crane eats actually fishes. Actually, I don't have the shloka here, but I can, there somewhere in the record. But in the Manu Samhita, there is a reference. Manu Samhita, there is a reference that human beings are, if they want to eat meat, Manu describes that one can eat certain animals. But then Manu particularly says that one should not eat fish. One should not eat fish. Why he says like that is that a person who eats a particular animal is said to be eater of only that animal. But a person who eats fish is said to be the eater of all the animals. Why it is said like that? Because many times in the rivers or in the ocean, many dead bodies are thrown. And the fish eats actually all the animals, all the dead bodies. Therefore, the eater of fish is said to be the eater of all the animals. Therefore, Manu particularly tells that one should avoid eating fish. That is when the nectar of instruction in the first shloka, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's commentary, when he speaks about Jihva Vegam, he says that what all things are to be avoided. He says meat, fish, and eggs, and other things he mentions. But in meat, actually, fish is included. But he is specifically singling out the fish separately from the meat in order to particularly talk about the abominable nature of eating the fish. So eating fish, actually, it is in the deep tamoguna. So the crane eats the fish. So the crane is in tamoguna. But what is the color of the crane? Color of the crane is white in color. So crane is in Paramatamasana. It is in Paramatamasa. It is deeply in Tamoguna because it eats fish. But Shuklatva Darshana, but it is actually having white color. So therefore, the color and the particular guna, there is no correlation between that. Nacha tattad gunanam tattad varna niyama. And then he gives another example. Satvika guna pasyana Shri Badarayana Shukadinam Shyamatva Shravana. So Badarayana, Shukadev Goswami and Vyasadev, Badarayana, Vyasadev and Shukadev Goswami, they are in Sattva Guna. But their color is what? Shyamatva Shravana. They have a blackish complexion. There is no correlation between the color and the guna. So that is what he is saying. When the Vyasadev was called by Satyavati to procreate in Ambika and Ambalika, so Vyasadev told that, what did he say? He said, Virupatam me sakatam tayor etat param vratam. Let them tolerate my ugly form. That is enough austerity for them. The austerity which they have to perform is that they have to tolerate my ugly form, my my union with them, with my ugly form. So, externally speaking, Vyasadev's form is of a blackish complexion, but he is not only situated in Sattva Guna, but it's actually his incarnation of Vishnu is beyond Sattva Guna. So, therefore, there's no correlation between the color and the three gunas. So, therefore, here the word in the shloka, the word varna, it does not refer to the color, but it refers to the form which performs maintenance. Shuklam refers to the form which performs maintenance. Raktam refers to the form which performs creation. Krishnam refers to the form which performs destruction. So, yeah, then next he says, Swa Mayaya Bhakteshu Kripaya Maya Dhambe Kripayamcha Iti Vishwa Prakashat Bibarshi Jagati Dharayasi Prakatayasi Ityartaha. So by his mercy, Bhakteshu Kripaya, by his mercy upon his devotees, the Supreme Lord manifests these forms within the cosmos. The forms of Vishnu, Brahma and Shiva, by his mercy upon the devotees. So according to the Vishwa Prakasha dictionary, the word Maya refers to Damba and Kripa. Maya can refer to, one meaning is Damba, another meaning is Kripa, means mercy. Raktam Rajomayatvena Sisrikshadi Raga Bagulam Krishnam Tamomayatvena Swarupa Prakasha Rahitam Ityartaha. So, red implies excessive attachment, Rajomayatvena, expressed as the desire to create due to the influence of Rajoguna or the active influence. So, black implies Tamomayatvena, an absence of knowledge regarding one's true nature, owing to the guna of tamas or ignorance. So, as it is said, Parthivad Dharuno Dumas Tasmad Agnistrayi Mayah Tamasasturajas Tasmat Sattvam Yad Brahma Darshanam. The shloka from first canto that smoke is superior to wood, which is produced from the earth, and superior to smoke is fire, and which is used for sacrifices prescribed in the three Vedas. And similarly, Rajoguna is superior to Tamoguna and superior to Rajoguna is Sattoguna, by the help of which one can realize the absolute truth, Yad Brahma Darshana. So, Nanu Katam Anyartena Vakyena Loka Brahmakam Varnayasi Yataha Samprati Janatayartam Krishnoyam Varnomaya Tamasa Grihita Ityarto Pyayati. So here, we are discussing that Vasudev shloka, the shloka spoken by Vasudev. So after Vasudev spoke that shloka, Krishna gives a counter argument. So whenever the word Nanu means there is a opposing argument. So Vasudev, anticipating that Krishna may raise the counter argument, Krishna may raise an objection to the previous statement. What objection Krishna will raise? Katam anyartena vakyena loka brahmakam varnayasi. Why do you bewilder the people, loka brahmakam, by giving them anya artena, by giving them improper explanations? Like that, Krishna may give an objection. So, and the Krishna's objection continues. Samprati, at present, janat atyayartam, in order to destroy the people, at present, in order to destroy the people, Krishnoyam varna, I have assumed a blackish form. So therefore, maya tamasa grihita, I have assumed a form which is made of tamoguna, which is having a blackish complexion, because I am going to perform the activity in tamoguna, which is destruction. So that is the truth. But why do you bewilder the people? by giving other explanation. In this way, Krishna may raise an objection. So, expecting that objection, Vasudeva speaks the next shloka. Tad etad ashankya pariharan aha. Anticipating such an objection, anticipating such an hypothetical objection, Vasudeva speaks the following shloka. Tvamasya lokasya vibori rakshishur grihe vatirnosi mamakileshvara rajanya sanya surakoti yutapair nirvyuhyamana nihanishyase chamuh. What is the meaning of the shloka? 10.3.21. O Lord of the universe, Akileshwara, you have appeared in my home out of a desire to protect this world. Rirakshishuhu grihe avatirnosi. Rirakshishuhu, out of the desire to protect, you have appeared in my home. Yeah, you will destroy, Nihanishyase, you will destroy the armies arranged by Rajanya Sanya Asura Koti Yutapai. You will destroy the armies arranged by the millions of Asura chiefs posing as rulers. But for what purpose? In order to protect. Rirakshishuhu. In order to protect, actually you have appeared in this world. In order to maintain this world, you have appeared. Yeah, in the course of it, you are going to destroy millions of Asuras. Nirvyuhyamana itas tatash chalyamana. Nirvyuhamana means being gathered here and there. There are so many Asuras have gathered here and there. In order to destroy those Asuras, you appeared, but then your main purpose is Rirakshishuhu, to protect the world. So there are last few paragraphs with this. I will complete this particular section. So then he is explaining this shloka further. Ayam bhavaha astam tavat brahma ganatva shuddha sattva mayatva bodhakam pramanantaram gunanu rupa angikare api yata pralayasya dukkhamatra hetutvat sushupti rupatvacha tatra tadartavasaro bhavati tata asyatu kalasya tvatkrita rakshaya jagat sukha hetutvat tamo mayasura vinasha yogyatvat tesham asuranam api hanana vyajena sarvagunatita mokshatmaka prasada labhat tadartavasaro na bhavati saindavam anayetivat. It's a very long sentence containing so many phrases. So the import of the shloka is as follows. So Jiva Goswami says that let us disregard for a moment other evidences which state that the form of the Bhagavan is made of Sachitananda. Tavat Brahma Ganatva Shuddha Sattva Mayatva Bodhakam. There are so many other evidences in the Shastra which state that the form of Bhagavan is made of Shuddha Sattva. So let us disregard those evidences for a moment. So even if we postulate, suppose even if a person interprets by saying that the Lord accepts a form of Sattva Guna for maintenance. He accepts a form made of Rajoguna for creation. Or he accepts a form made of Tamoguna for destruction. Suppose if a person interprets in this way. Even if we postulate that you accept suitable forms according to the gunas of nature, an instance where such meaning could be applicable as in the case of dissolution. So because Krishna has appeared in what form? He has appeared in the form of blackish complexion.
Blackish, yeah.
And Krishna is going to perform what actions? He is going to destroy so many asuras. He is going to perform the action of destruction. Destruction is in Tamoguna. And Krishna has assumed the form of blackish complexion. So therefore, one may say that Krishna has appeared a tamoguna body because he is going to perform tamoguna activity. So if a person is interpreting like that, this is actually wrong. This meaning does not apply here. Why it does not apply here? Because at this particular point where Krishna has appeared, his main purpose is not destruction. He has appeared to protect the world. He has appeared with the purpose of protecting the world. Therefore, it is a cause of joy actually. He has appeared with the purpose of protecting the world. And protecting is not an action in Tamoguna. And moreover, when the Lord is when Krishna is going to kill the asuras who are in the Tamoguna, these asuras, by the mercy of Krishna, they will attain liberation, and which is beyond all the gunas. So if by killing the asuras, if they are going to attain liberation, which is beyond all the three gunas, so how can we say that Krishna's activity of killing is in Tamoguna? How can a Tamoguna activity can lead to a destination for the asuras, which is beyond the three gunas? It's not possible. So therefore, the text should be interpreted according to the context. Therefore, we should not interpret the shloka. The Jiva Goswami is giving counter argument. Therefore, we should not interpret the shloka that Krishna has assumed a blackish form, which is in Tamoguna, because he is going to perform the activity in Tamoguna, that is destruction. So this interpretation it will lead to many other problems, because Krishna has actually appeared to protect. And when he kills the demons achieve a destination which is beyond the three gunas. Therefore, the text should be reinterpreted according to the context. So just like Saindavam, in Sanskrit it means a salt, and also it means a horse. If a king is sitting in the dining table and he is saying that Saindavam Anaya, bring Saindava, then you have to understand that he is asking for the salt. If the king is standing at the gate and then he is saying Saindavam Anaya, that means he is asking for the horse. So similarly here, we should not interpret the shloka by saying that Bhagavan assumes the form of blackish complexion, like Krishna, in order to perform the activity of destruction, which is in Tamoguna. So rather, we have to reinterpret the shloka like that Jiva Goswami says. And then he says, Jayakale tu satvasya devarshin rajaso suran tamaso yaksha rakshamsi tatkalanu guno bhajat. This is a shloka from 7th canto. Fostering the quality of nature that predominates at any particular period, the Lord empowers the devas and rishis when sattva is prominent. And he empowers the asuras when rajas dominates. And he empowers the yakshas and rakshasas when tamas prevails. This last paragraph, tasmanna tamakritoyam varna iti rajasatvabhyam rakta shuklaveva bhavata iti purva pakshi matam. So therefore, Krishna's black color is not due to the guna of ignorance, nor is the Lord red in Rajoguna or white in Satvaguna, as opined by the Purva Pakshis, as opined by in the objection. Tatascha parisheshya pramanena Swarupa Shakti Vyanjita Tattvameva Atrapi Paryavasyati iti bhavaha. So therefore, by the principle of parisheshya pramana, by the principle of remainder, Bhagavan's form is a manifestation of Swarupa Shakti only, Swarupa Shakti alone. Tataiva tamevartam Shri Devaki Devyapi Sambramena Prageva Vivritavati Rupam Yattat Prahuravyakta Madhyam iti. So similarly, Devaki Devi has already indicated the same meaning when she said, out of deference for the Lord, your form is unmanifest and primeval. So this with this we end this part of this Anucheda. I'll just briefly go through the commentary, some points which I have not explained, and then we'll end the class. So Jiva Goswami is saying that how the has proved that Lord's name is transcendental and non-different from him, and his body is also spiritual, because it follows that material object cannot have a transcendental name. So the bodies of the living entities are products of the three gunas. But in the case of Krishna, his body is completely made of Shuddha Sattva. It is non-different from him. The living entity accepts a body according to karma, but Bhagavan accepts a body through the Yogamaya potency. So therefore, it is certainly possible to become liberated by worshipping his form. And Jiva Goswami quotes these two shlokas spoken by Vasudeva to explain the purposes behind the Lord's various forms. So Krishna conducts the function of creation, maintenance and destruction through Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. So Brahma and Shiva contact the gunas, but Vishnu is always transcendental to them. And this is explained by Shukadeva Goswami at the end of the episode of Vrikasur Vada. And so the colors mentioned in the words spoken by Vasudeva, they do not refer to the bodily hue of the particular deities. Because Vishnu is actually blackish, Brahma is golden, Shiva is white. Therefore, the colors don't represent the bodily hue of those deities. And there is no rule that white represents sattva, and because there is no rule that white represents sattva, because a crane is in tamoguna, but crane is having white color. And on the other hand, Vyasa and Shuga are in sattva guna, but they are having dark color. And then, so the following objection is raised, that Krishna is black because he came to kill the demons. Therefore, his color is commensurate with his activities in Tamoguna, like that one may raise. But then Vasudeva says in the next shloka, Tvamasya lokasya vibho rirakshishuhu. The Lord appeared to offer protection. So, because killing the demons serves to protect his devotees, so therefore he kills the demons. But his main purpose is to offer protection to his devotees. And by killing the demons, he offers them liberation. And although there is misery in death, but Krishna is killing the demons, relieve them of the miseries. So therefore, Krishna killing the demons, it cannot be put on the same category as Shiva's work of destruction. Shiva's work of destruction is performed through Tamoguna. But Krishna killing the demons, it is completely on the transcendental platform. So therefore, the shloka should be interpreted according to in an alternative way. And then he explained the meaning of Saindama Manaya. So therefore, Krishna should not be considered influenced by Tamoguna because of his blackish bodily hue or because he is engaged in killing the demons. Rather, his body is transcendental and it is manifested to the internal potency. And just as he manifests a variety of forms according to his will, he similarly manifests a variety of colors in his different avatars. So all his forms and colors are interchangeable. Nothing is impossible for Bhagavan, the complete non-dual personal whole. So therefore, the killing of Krishna is also transcendental. It grants liberation to the demons. Therefore, it cannot be taken as an act influenced by Tamoguna. So this is the this part of the Anucheda. We'll continue from 47.6 in the next class. With that, That is the last part of this Anucheda that we'll discuss in the next class. If you have any questions or anything understandable.
Prabhuji, when in the three yugas, the Lord appears in three different colors, also has the same connotations, right? That color cannot be taken as his he's directly related to mode or something. He is beyond the modes. The color's purpose is different there. The context is different there, right?
Yes. So there is no rule that color corresponds to the mode actually. That is the point. So asan varna trayogyasya, that verse you are referring to, 10th canto, Gargacharya says that the same child appeared previously in these colors, like that he says. Gargacharya. So the colors don't correspond to, there is no correlation between the color and the three gunas. Because that is the baka is in white color, but it performs the activity which is in tamoguna.
Eating fish and other things.
So Krishna is in blackish complexion. He kills the demons, but is actually it is in the transcendental platform, that activity. And he is performing to protect the world. So therefore, and that shloka also, the color does not correspond to the any particular mode or something. The Lord assumes variety is the mother of enjoyment. The Lord assumes varieties of forms, in varieties of complexions, but all are transcendental. They are in manifest only through the internal potency.
So in that case, Brahma and Shiva also should not be referred to their colors actually, right? They
They have
are the
different
gunas for
color,
the.
but they are in touch with the three modes. Shiva, Shakti, Yuta, Shashva. That's why that shloka we quoted. 10th canto, 88th chapter. In the case of Shiva and Brahma, it is clearly mentioned. They are in touch with Shiva performing the act of destruction is through Tamoguna. He is in touch with Tamoguna. He is not controlled by Tamoguna, but he is in touch with Tamoguna. Brahma is in touch with the Rajoguna. That is why many times Brahma, when the four Kumaras asked a question to Brahma, because of his absorption in Rajoguna, he could not answer the questions. But then he meditated on the Bhagavan Vishnu. At that time, Vishnu appeared as Samsavatara and answered the questions of the four Kumaras. So Brahma and Shiva, their complexion is in golden and white complexion. But they are in touch with the Rajoguna and Tamoguna.
Anyway, I will send one this thing, some writing, Prabhu, in that book only. It's written that they are in association with the Brahma and Shiva, in association with the Lord in this particular activity. They are so untouched by the three modes of material.
Yeah,
nature.
See, they are great devotees. They are in touch with the three gunas, but they are not controlled with the three gunas. But sometimes, like in the case of Brahma, the third canto also, when the four Kumaras refused to obey the order of Brahma, Prabhupada says Brahma became angry. So Prabhupada says that because Brahma was absorbed in the act of creation, it was natural for him to become angry. So there is definitely some touch with the Rajoguna. Shiva also, there is some, he performs the act of destruction through Tamoguna. He is in touch with the Rajoguna and Tamoguna. That is clearly mentioned in the Bhagavatam shloka. I'll just show that shloka.
Yeah, many incidents. He was a Mohini Murti issue. Mohini Murti, that episode also, she was touched by the mode of passion and other things were there.
See, of course, at the same time, we should not consider Brahma and Shiva to be like we get affected with the Rajoguna and Tamoguna. They are very exalted personalities. See the shloka. Shiva Shaktiyuta Shashwat Trilingo Gunasamvritaha Vaikarika Thayasascha Tamasaschetyaham Trida. Shiva is always united with his personal energy, the material nature, manifesting himself in three features in response to the entreaties of the nature's three modes. He thus embodies the threefold principle of material ego in goodness, passion, and ignorance. So Shiva is united with his personal energy, the material nature. So if we read in the purport also. But on the other hand, Harirhi Nirguna Saksha, Purusha Prakrite Para. So Shiva is in touch with the Prakriti, but Hari is Purusha Prakrite Paraha. He is always transcendental to the Prakriti. So in this, Sridhar Swami also cites the following passage from the Vedic literature. When the absolute reality associates with the modes of nature, he assumes two different kinds of form in this world, according to whether his spiritual qualities are manifest or not. Thus, he acts just like a reflection and it's further secondary reflection. So, Guna Sattvadaya Shanta Goramuda Swabhavataha Vishnu Brahma Shivanamcha Gunayantru Swarupina. The Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna, whose individual natures are peaceful, violent, and foolish, are personally regulated by Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva, respectively. And then he says, Nati Bedo Baved Bedo Gunadharmair Igam Shataha Sattvasya Shantya no Jatu Vishnur Vikshepa Mudat. Vishnu's peaceful mode of goodness does not substantially differ from his original spiritual qualities. Na atibedo baved bedo. Although it is only a partial manifestation of them within the world. But Vishnu's mode of goodness, Sattvasya Shantya no Jatu, is never tainted by Vikshepa Mudate, by agitation or ignorance. It is never tainted by Rajoguna and Tamoguna. But then, Rajastamo Gunabhyam tu Bhavetam Brahma Rudrayo. Gunopamardano Bhuyas Tad Amshanam cha Bhinnata. But by the modes of passion and ignorance, on the other hand, the spiritual qualities of Brahma and Rudra are obscured. Gunopa Mardato Bhuyas. Thus, these spiritual qualities appear only partially as separated material qualities. So, Ata Samagra Sattvasya Vishnur Moksha Karimatihi Amshato Bhuti Hetuscha Tatananda Mayiswata. Therefore, focusing one's attention upon Vishnu, the embodiment of all goodness, leads one to liberation, moksha kari matihi. Such God consciousness also generates material success as a byproduct, but its proper nature is pure spiritual ecstasy. And last sloka, according to the mode of worship, devotees of Brahma, Rudra and other devatas obtain the limited success of material opulences. Eventually, they may possibly become qualified for full liberation. Shanair moksho anam shatra. Very clearly mentioned that.
Which is this sloka, Prabhu? This purport?
10.82.
5, I think.
10.82.5.
5, yeah. Yeah, very nice, Prabhu. Excellent, actually. So much to gain, and how the time passes, we don't know, actually. And practically, we think that it should continue, but in time limitations are there for both of us. So it's so nice.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.